name's Malin, and I'm interested in philosophy and kind of understanding life. And today I kind of wanted to share with you ideas on how to get out of an emotionally dark place. I've been through a lot of tough times in my life, times where I felt, I guess you could call it kind of like a depressive kind of state, where I didn't really feel like doing anything and nothing really felt like it meant anything to me. And this has happened several times in my life, and it's not a great feeling to have. So I kind of wanted to share some ideas with how I've dealt with it and how I've got over it. So I'll talk a little bit more, explain kind of what it is. So it's like when you're in an apathetic state, you're kind of just numbing yourself with whatever's kind of like your pleasure of choice, I guess, or poison of choice, whatever you kind of want to say. Like whether that's food, drugs, video games, adult content, that sort of thing. And these things are kind of trying to like drown out the kind of noise that's kind of hidden underneath you, and like you're trying to dull like these negative things that that you're feeling and thinking, and it kind of leads you down into kind of this rabbit hole where you're like feeling really bad about yourself, feeling terrible, not really wanting to go out, not really wanting to talk to people, not wanting to see people, or it kind of changes for other people. That's kind of how I've experienced it. And I think the most important thing with it is just realizing and kind of noticing that you are going on a downslide, you're going on a downward spiral. Like the first most important thing is kind of identifying the problem, because if you don't think that there's a problem and you don't want to do anything about it, then you probably wouldn't have clicked on this video. But you're not able to change if you don't want to change, like if you're not willing to put in the effort to do it, if you're not aware of it and accepting that it's a problem, then you can't fix it. So one of the first things is just to kind of accept that. And I think an important thing is, for me, I found just journaling out kind of my feelings, what I was thinking. And you just have to start small. It doesn't have to be perfect, like just start off with a few words, kind of how you're thinking and feeling. And if you don't like it, then notice that and feel that. Let yourself kind of feel that. Don't shy away from it, because if you do, then you're not going to be able to process it. But I think it's also important to kind of be a little bit nice to yourself, because you're not in the best state, so you should give yourself a little bit of leeway with things that you don't really like doing but you do, like video games, I think kind of vices that I've said before. And you should allow yourself to kind of do that guilt-free, but you should also be like working on it and kind of being aware of how it makes you feel and how you react to it. I found that quite useful, and I guess writing it all out kind of puts it outside of you, and you can kind of see it without actually having to identify with it, and you kind of see, oh, this kind of doesn't make sense, but this is what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling at the moment. And it kind of makes you think, well, the answer's kind of in there already. So an idea that really changed me was one from Healthy Gamer, Dr. K, and he said, all you have is like the moment, you can't rely on your future self to be able to do or be something, because you only have what you are in the moment now, and you should do what is best for you in the moment now to set your next self up for a better opportunity, for a better feeling, like whether that's, if you have to get off these videos because you're kind of consuming them and you're not facing anything, then you should do that. Your health is the most important thing. And I think people should realize that, like, this is our life and we should be living it and taking care of ourselves, because this is all that we have. And I found it really kind of pivotal to kind of think, okay, what's the best thing for me, And in the morning it's like, okay, I feel better after I take a cold shower. I absolutely hate taking it. I get so scared doing it, but I'm like, if if I just do it, then I'll feel better afterwards. And once I start enforcing that thing of feeling better, then it becomes easier and easier to take those cold showers, and it has. I still feel resistance, but I'm able to do it because I know that I feel better after doing it. And once you kind of build this momentum, it feels so much more better, because you're like, oh, should I clean this up now or should I save it for later? You're like, oh, I'll just do it later. And when you're putting it off like that, you're dumping more baggage onto your future self. And if you're in the moment, you're just searching for what's easiest, for what's the most pleasurable, then you're not setting yourself up for a better future. You're not setting the next self up in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes from now, and the next day from now. You're not setting him up or her up for a better day. And that thought really kind of got my mind thinking, like every time I go, oh, I'll just clean it up later, I go, actually, I'll just do that now, like there's some bit of trash that needs to go. I'm like, all right, I've just got to do that now. I want to do it. I want to tell myself to do it later, but I know that I probably won't, so I should just do it now because I can control that, You can only control what is in the now. You can't choose who you're going to be, how you're going to feel in the future, but you can kind of set yourself up and do the actions that would make it easier to be a better version of yourself in the future. And that's the main idea that I kind of want to get across in this video. And I just want to reiterate on kind of letting yourself feel like these negative and bad things, because that's an indication to you. You're getting these feelings for a reason. It's like a car signal, it's like flashing. It's like, hey, we're running low on gas. Hey, we need some maintenance here. It's not like, oh shit, we're gonna crash. What are we gonna do? Oh my god. You don't need to get all like worried and high, really stressed about it, because it's just like an indicator. But it's hard because it's when we're experiencing it and we're in the feeling of it. And these things are harder to do, but with time, your life can kind of become better. And I've also found it quite beneficial to kind of create a vision, and that was also aided by writing out, what don't I want? What don't I like about this? Why don't I like that? And what do I want? And I think that's an ongoing process that you kind of go through. Like I'm still not quite sure where I want to go with this channel. I'm trying to, at the moment, I just want to get my ideas out more articulately and kind of develop and build my own philosophy and discover the things that I enjoy and that I want to share, and that the value that I want to provide other people. A quote's just popped into my head from Bob Ross, and this one's really stuck out at me. Do what makes you happy and you'll be a happy person. And it's such a simple, easy quote, but if you think about it, it's just like, oh yeah, duh, if this makes me sad, then of course I'm going to be a sad person. If I do kind of what makes me happy and makes me feel better, then duh, I'm going to feel happier and I'm going to be a better person, I'm going to feel better about myself. So those are just a few ideas that I have, and I hope they help you out. Thank you for watching if you did, and continue to see you in these videos.